welcome to this brief webinar on the topic of emotional well-being provided by Chatham County Safety Net Planning Council's Safety and Resiliency Programs. My name is Hannah Neal, and I will be leading us through a micro practice today called Park that can help us attend to our needs during the workday. So oftentimes, our workplace can be a source of stress and emotional pain. And sometimes we find it really hard or impossible to practice self-care, like taking a bath or getting a massage in the middle of the workday. So by using these micro practices and self-compassion, we can offer ourselves opportunities for releasing stress and for building resiliency against difficult emotions. And so I would like to share, just a brief story with you. So there was a husband driving home after a very busy and long day after work. And his wife calls him and says, "Honey, I just heard on the radio that there's a maniac driving down the road on the opposite side of the interstate." And the husband responds to her and says, "Sweetheart, they're all doing it." And this joke or story is, really about the husband driving on the wrong side of the road. But how often do we get so busy and distracted that we are doing things mindlessly? So sometimes before we move forward, we really need to park. And this webinar will help give you a model to learn how to park, a tool called Park. And each letter of this model stands for an action that can help you remember how to take care of yourself emotionally when you find yourself in those moments of stress and of difficulty. So the first letter of the Park model is P, and P stands for pause. So pausing is an art. The more frequently we can pause, the more breaks we give our brains and give ourselves a reset button. And remembering to pause can sometimes be actually very difficult. So perhaps at your workplace or at your desk, you can create small minders for yourself to pause, taking this first step in our Park model. And now this pausing might look like maybe writing a sticky note for yourself or having a certain picture or object that would remind you to pause. So to just simply stop for a moment and maybe take a few deep breaths. And as we're pausing and taking these breaths, we're actually engaging our nervous system to really calm down. And one breath technique I would like to share, besides just deep breathing, is called ratio breathing. So for example, when you would breathe in, you count to 2, and when you breathe out, you count to 4. So inhaling for 2 counts and exhaling for 4 counts. Oftentimes when we exhale for longer periods of time, we can really truly begin to relax our bodies on a deeper level. Also, while we're pausing, we can additionally use a simple mindfulness techniques, a technique called grounding. And we can ground through our 5 senses. So maybe that simply means looking at something in the room, noticing anything with your sight. Maybe that means paying attention to any smells that are around you, any candles, or if you have coffee or any tea, maybe tasting that coffee or tea or water, using our sense of taste, our sense of smell to ground ourselves. We can also use our hearing. So if we're noticing any sounds that are in the room, maybe it's silent, or maybe we're hearing people walk around, or there's air conditioning. And then finally, our sense of touch, just noticing anything, our clothing or our seat or feet on the floor. And those are just some simple mindfulness techniques we can do to ground ourselves while we're pausing, while we're beginning to park. And so this is the letter P. And we're pausing again by using these breathing techniques and these mindfulness techniques. So the next letter in the Park model is A, and it stands for ask. So ask yourself this question: what do I need right now? Now, frequently, the first answer that arises after asking ourselves this question is somewhat superficial. So go ahead and ask yourself again, but what do I really need right now? And as you keep this question in the back of your awareness, kind of just in the back of your mind, move on to the next letter of the PARC model, and that's letter R. R stands for recognize. In this step, we begin paying attention to our body, our emotions, and our thoughts. So just take a moment to maybe recognize the sensations in your body. You can gently scan through your body with attention, all the way from your face, going down your neck and your shoulders and your arms, your chest and stomach, down to your legs, all the way to your feet. And as you pay attention to all the different parts of your body, just begin to notice maybe any temperature changes, what feels hot or what feels cold. Maybe noticing any pulsing or any places that feel really tense or maybe really relaxed. And now maybe begin to pay attention to what your mood is or what your emotions are in this moment. So perhaps you feel tired or sad. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of stress. And as you notice these emotions, gently allow yourself to name them. So, for example, saying something like, I feel worried right now. Or maybe I'm just feeling kind of tired. I didn't sleep well. And then after, recognizing our body sensations and our emotions, moving on to trying to recognize our thoughts. And this can be a little bit difficult, but maybe are there any phrases or words that just keep running through your mind or keep coming up? Maybe you're recognizing some negative self-talk, like, this is too much for me right now, or these people are really stressing me out. Or maybe you're just simply noticing neutral thoughts. So the point of this step, this recognizing, is to just simply notice these body sensations, having awareness of your emotions and awareness of your thoughts that are happening in this moment. Now moving on to the final step of the model, letter K, which stands for kindly respond. And remembering the question that we asked ourselves for letter A, that question that was in the back of our minds, what do I need right now? And now being aware of our physical, emotional, and mental states, or recognizing those, we can identify and kindly respond to our needs in this moment. So perhaps if you recognize discomfort in your body, maybe you felt like you were really cold or really hot, you can put on a sweater or a jacket, or maybe warm up a cup of tea or get another cup of coffee. Maybe you recognized pain somewhere in your body. So maybe kindly responding to that need means standing up and stretching, or just taking a few moments to walk. Maybe you recognized some emotional discomfort. So kindly responding and attending to this need may look like talking to a coworker and venting, or perhaps just bringing a positive memory to mind, or listening to a favorite song that gives you good memories or positive thoughts. And finally, kindly responding to your thoughts. So maybe if you recognized any negative self-talk, this may look like giving yourself words of encouragement, like, I can handle this right now, or this is really hard for me, but I'm doing the best that I can in this moment. And so this is the letter K, kindly responding to our needs. So sometimes kindly responding to our needs is seeking support outside of friends and family. So the information for your employee assistance program is included on the slide, the Lifestyle Management Group. This program is free and confidential for all employees of the Savannah-Chatham County Public School System. So please feel free to write down the phone number listed to get into contact with your EAP provider. So as we walked through the letters of the PARC model, pause, ask, recognize, and kindly respond, we now have an understanding of how to better take care of our needs in the moment. PARC allows us to practice small acts of self-compassion during our day and is a tool we can use whenever our needs arise. So this concludes the Emotional Wellbeing webinar. And if you have any questions or comments, you can contact us at assist@chlink.org, or you can call us at 912-661-0577. You can also like and follow us on Facebook for information regarding additional trainings and for community resources. Thank you.